Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another horror movie review presented by Nightmare Fuel Streaming. Once again, I am your host, Larry Downs, and on the slab today we have a really great movie, 2019's Haunt. Directed by and written by the duo Scott, Beck, and Brian, who are most known for their work on John Krasinski's A Quiet Place. And rumor has it they actually worked on both of these screenplays at the same time. I was super excited to watch this one because Eli Roth helped produce it, and it had a really cool, super spooky vintage Halloween mask costume thing going on that they really threw you in your face the entire movie, and I bit because those masks are so damn cool. Haunt is about a group of friends who are out partying their 20s away on Halloween night. By chance, they encounter an extreme haunted house that promises to offer an intense experience like no other that will feed on their darkest fears. After being greeted by a creepy clown character, signing their lives away and giving away their cell phones, we enter the haunted house and follow our group of teenagers for what I'm sure is going to be the dopest Halloween ever. As we follow our main protagonist Harper and her group of friends as they delve deeper into the haunted house, and room by room they start to find out things are not as they seem. With each room getting seemingly more real as they progress and unnerving encounters with creepy masked employees, our group of teens is constantly left guessing what they have gotten themselves into. Man, did this movie sell me on so many points before I even watched it. This movie is considered low budget by a lot of Hollywood standards. And what's great about this is that normally Hollywood bigwigs keep their hands off of this kind of stuff because they're scared of losing money on it. I mean, which they did in this movie's case, but don't let that deter you from low-budget movies. Some of my favorite movies are really low-budget movies. They allow the writers and directors to kind of express themselves in however they wish without being affected by the Hollywood bigwigs. This is a horror movie on Halloween. My favorite. I'm a sucker for watching particular movies on certain holidays. Not that I need another reason to watch another Halloween movie on Halloween, but thank you. Now I can add to the great list of titles that I watch normally every Halloween, which includes Trick or Treat, All the Halloweens, Ernest Scared Stupid, and Haunt. And yeah, I said Ernest Scared Stupid. It's fantastic, and you can't tell me otherwise. It takes place in a haunted house. I love haunted houses. What could possibly go wrong? Did I mention I really like those masks? Sure, there are some questions unanswered or points that didn't add up, but honestly, at the end of the day, who cares? This movie is so straight to the point with its pitch, it hurts. It's a movie about a haunted house with employees that aim to kill you in baby versions of saw-leg traps and employees that are certainly not out for your best interest. Stop looking for things to hate about it. Like I said, one of the coolest things about this movie is that it actually takes place in a haunted house on Halloween. How relatable is that? How many times have you ever been in line at a haunted house and ever felt like, what if someone in there isn't fake? What if something actually happens to me? All of these things that play around in your head before the experience that just kind of mess with you. This movie plays on that basic fear that I've seen in lines outside of haunted houses over and over and over again. And honestly, it doesn't try too hard. And when I say that it doesn't try too hard, I don't mean that in a negative way at all. I mean, not trying too hard is how I've lived my life so far, so... And what I mean by that is that it doesn't have to have so many layers to the point that it becomes convoluted. At multiple times, it could leave you to believe that maybe there is something supernatural going on, but it's right there to remind you shortly afterwards that it's exactly what you signed up for. I love it. I don't have to sit there and try to analyze it. I can just sit and enjoy the beauty of the aesthetics that were put into this movie. And that's where all the work went into it, and it's great. I love those freaking masks, man. They are so cool, and honestly, without the masks and the characters that portray them, this movie wouldn't be the same without it. The characters and the rooms they inhabit, which kind of amplify the persona that is given to us. And as a horror fan and a haunted house fan, I found this movie absurdly fun. The gags, the trap doors, the triggers, this setting, and not just a setting, but the craft of making a haunted house, just gave our killers free rein to run around in a killing spree in their own funhouse. I thought all of the actors did pretty well. Each character is enjoyable in their own way and brings something positive to the table. And this seems to be most of their first rodeos in one way or another. The writing was done really well, they promised a flavor, and they delivered it. It wasn't convoluted with this or that or made to be overly complex, weaving a web of a story within a story within a story. And I think that's why it succeeded. It went back to the fundamentals, stuck to those, and did them very, very well. Kind of like Ringo and the Beatles. I think this movie was paced really well and never gave you really an opportunity to not care or stare at your phone multiple points throughout it. It just kind of picks up momentum and goes. All in all, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm really excited to purchase this and add this to my ever-growing collection of Shudder exclusive Blu-rays. Thank you all for listening to me rant and rave about some of the coolest new horror movies that have hit the market. Once again, I am your host, Larry Downs, and this is another movie review presented by Nightmare Fuel Streaming. Make sure that if you like the content, that you like the video, you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you know whenever we have new stuff coming out. You can follow us on any of our social media platforms. We stoop to all the lows for everybody, and that's Twitch, Facebook, here on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever your flavor is, go check it out. We offer a variety of horror content across all those platforms. So until next time, stay spooky, my friends.